Hi guys, you're welcome to our YouTube channel. It's been like a minute on LTF, but we are here now. And today I have with me my sisters, a group of wonderful ladies that we are going to have a very interesting topic to discuss. We are going to talk about the youth, right? So Julie and Joyce, you guys are welcome.
Thank you.
Right, and then the church has to come in to help. So all hands on deck. I mean, you don't leave it to only one party. If you leave it to only one party, so let's look at this. Let's say my parents have done their best, and I have done my best. The church is doing their best. So who is going to benefit? Who is going to benefit? Yourself,
Okay.
like myself.
I also think that the whole three parties would benefit.
Okay.
Yeah.
How? How so? How so? Yes, you are saying them all. So how so?
Not that. Whatever you are doing, it bounces back to you.
Okay.
For instance, your mother has trained you well. Your spiritual life has been checked. You came to church. Your pastor or whoever was shepherding you also did a follow-up and everything. At the end, it's your life. Every decision you make, you reflect. But it's a plus to you. Because you one day compare yourself to somebody who didn't follow that trend. And you'll be grateful that you have people to hold your hand to walk through that path. So you enjoy the most. Though your mother will benefit. But if they gave you the path or they showed you the way and you didn't and you became the otherwise, they might suffer, but you will suffer the most.
Okay. So I think that building on from where you would have the best of it, but the church would also enjoy. The parents would enjoy. I believe that if our pastor's mother was to be alive, she would have been so much proud of him. If our parents are watching us today, I'm sure they will be proud of us.
Of course, my mom is proud of me.
Exactly. And then the church would also enjoy because the church will get people who are willing to stand in front.
And the church will have a future. I
Thank
mean, okay, so now somebody might be watching us and the person will go like, okay, my mother didn't take me to Sunday school. I didn't have any influence like that when I was growing up. And now I am old. To such a person, how would you advise him or her? Okay, because we actually stated the fact that the parents have a major role in the upbringing of the child with regards to spiritual life, right? So let's say the mother doesn't go to church, the dad doesn't. In fact, the whole family, you not even get maybe one person that actually goes to church. So maybe I'll call a tertiary, Am I allowed to speak to you? Okay. I'll call a tertiary, and probably she got friends or he got people to pull her into church activities. No, for someone like that, how are you going to advise the person? Because you see, for someone like that, you are in school. So your support system, people pushing you to do more, are in school. When you come back home, what do you do?
The Bible says that iron sharpens iron. So in school, you are getting your church executives, your
to help out,
godly roommates to help you out. So in the house, what you do to sharpen yourself is to get involved in your youth ministry, whereby you wholeheartedly get involved.
So you just join a Bible believing
church. Okay, so you join a Bible believing church. You join an active group. So let's say if you are a youth, you join the youth ministry. Aside the youth ministry, there are so many other groups like the missions, like the choristers. You join a group that will keep you busy each day, because if you don't, you become blunt once you get home. Because in the house, hardly would you get anybody in the church calling you to say, hello, today is Tuesday, come for Bible studies. As compared to campus, you will always be running after you.
They would knock on your door.
Whether you like it
your
or not.
Your rice is ready or not, they are coming for you.
I think in some schools, each hostel has a rep. So the rep will make sure that you come.
Of course.
But when you come home, you might, I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying you might not get that same thing. But you have to deliberately put yourself in a church department. After you visited a godly church, put yourself in a church department whereby we know that, okay, this lady is active. If I don't see her today, I would call her. But if you come into the church and you don't join anybody, it's not supposed to be so, but that we won't look after you. But then the thing is, it's easier to relate with ourselves if we find ourselves
in
together,
groups.
yes, than in a larger congregation. So you will have to deliberately join a group and make up your mind that I would be part of the group. I would be involved in the activities of the group. And I believe that will help you keep acting.
Okay, Julie?
I think that is all that my sister has said. And firstly, it's your decision.
Yeah.
And wherever or whatever church or denomination you find yourself, you shouldn't look at or pay attention to the voices that will come out of it. It is that which you are looking for is what you are after. So if you find yourself in a Bible-believing church, and I believe that God didn't create anybody empty. There is something in you that you can do. To know yourself that you can do.
Yeah.
So when you identify that thing, just follow it. Somebody might be looking at you from behind. You might not know.
Okay.
So as you are very active in that thing, they will invite you.
So we get people, especially the older generation, asking, where are the youths? Where are the youths? Where are the youths? I mean, has the church failed the youth? Or has the youth failed the church? Which one? Because to me, I feel that partly the church has failed the youth. You get? The things have changed, right? But then you will get some penny for saying that, when we were young, we didn't have some mechanisms in place. We were the ones actually running after God. But actually, these times, you won't get that. There are so many factors competing. Okay. There are so many factors competing for the attention of the youth, right? So why would you, Penny, say that when I was like this, when I was your age, I was running after God and nobody was pushing me. But the youth of today is not running after God, and you as like
running from God.
And you are okay sitting in your seat. I mean, has the church failed the youth, or has the youth failed the church? The church has somewhat.
I think that both statements are true.
Yeah,
both statements are true.
In
as much as exactly.
Because it's not like we don't have youth.
We do.
This is church universal matter. We have youth in the church. Every Sunday, you will see on people's statuses, Instagram, church was
nice, church was big.
Church was all of that with the poses and all of that. But ask someone a question or ask someone to lead Bible studies. I visited one church and one lady was asked to lead Bible studies. And I was confused from the beginning to the end of the program. And this is like someone who is a leader of one of the groups in the church. So I was like, okay, what's just happened? So the church has failed us. Please.
And we have also failed the church.
Because one thing that I am seeing here is that today's youth are seeing church attendance, regularity, church as ministry.
Hey, they'll tell you that we are.
And we are sophomore. I don't know how they understand ministry. And it looks like the way they have placed ministry on the table, it's like you can't do any other thing aside that. And the moment you decide to give your whole self for the things of God, you can't achieve any other thing in life. But it is not like that. Because the way we understand ministry, especially the way we see our pastors always busy. I can't be like my pastor. I'll be sleeping, somebody will be calling me in the night.
I can't wake up at dawn.
I can't do that. So due to that, I'll not even engage myself in anything for God to call me.
But this one, isn't this for your own benefit?
That is the issue. Their benefit is I come to church on Sunday.
Only.
I pay my tithes. Maybe when it's fundraising, maybe I feed somebody.
Don't expect anything more from me.
That is all. You don't expect me to come and usher, come and lead Bible studies. With me at first, when a youth, they will say that, oh, Julie, you'll be leading prayer. That day I'll come to you 8 o'clock. Because by then somebody has taken over. I won't come be the one leading anything. So I won't come.
Okay.
You see, that is what it's
So
happening.
by what you're saying, I think it shows ways by which we have failed the church.
Yes.
Because there are so many roles that
We could
the
have
youth,
played.
yeah. I mean, with regards to cleaning, ushering, singing, instrumentalists. In fact, virtually every department or every role that is to be played, the youth are very much needed.
Yes. Very,
But
very
then
much.
it seems we are missing in those angles.
Our priorities are more important than
Exactly.
anything.
That was what I was about to say.
I am like my education,
Sure.
the TV I'm going to watch,
Yeah.
my friends I'm going to see is much more important than the roles I have to
See,
play in the church.
We have not really set our priorities right.
Okay.
We have not really taken the work of God as much serious as we ought to. Because that very same person who is unwilling to come and clean, let that person be called by the boss to come and clean his or her house. You see the speed with which he or she will go.
With no
Because
excuse.
thank you. Because she sees that that one is of much importance.
Of course.
She wants to have that
Favor
favor
with the
before
boss.
the boss. Meanwhile, if it comes to the things of God, we take it lightly. We don't attach any seriousness to it. So I think that we should reorient our minds and know that the things of God are as much important as our secular things, as our educational things. Just like how you would attach importance to something that is dear to your heart. It is the same way that we need to attach to the things of God.
Okay, so how has the church failed us? We've talked about how we have failed the church. So how has the church failed us? For me, I think that the church doesn't place our needs. Like, they don't really take our needs into consideration. What are the needs? Me like this. Roger, what is my need? What are the needs of the youth? I mean, the needs are plenty. Some people need to learn jobs. Some people need career advice to help them with regards to the type of courses that they need to study in school. Some need to be paid attention to, given roles to do. But then you would find Asori Penny be Aname Ba Hachefoni, you know, those that are old in the church, those that started with the church. Ah, why are you giving this thing to, let's say, Julie to come and do? Opening prayer there, send come on, fama. Joyce Cardio. Joyce Cardio, Becca so Osa. Mufama.
Opening.
Penny funny be and Mama call funny be to come and do that thing. Do you get? So like they are not giving us the room to spread our wings to grow. I mean, I wanted to talk about the one that they don't want somebody to teach Sunday school, but that one is too personal. So
edit.
right, like
especially
Neighbor.
because,
So like what I'm trying to say is like, let's say someone has the teaching capabilities to help with teaching in the church. How can you let that person come to church, come to your classes for over 1 year, and you won't give the person the platform to teach? If you are a youth, will you be happy? The church has failed you there. Am I lying? Yeah, so I mean, let's discuss what are some of the areas, because me, nothing, it pains me. It pains me. Like, they won't give us the platform to exhibit our talent or what we think we can do, especially those that are willing to do.
and as I was saying, it's especially with those that are Hatchet, they come with their own analogy. It looks like they are the builders of the church, so they make decision for the church. And as you were saying, instead of the elders instead of the elders helping us, they are not. They are rather criticizing us.
Yeah.
When they see you in an attack, that they have to call you, sit with you, no. They will blast you, and you'll be angry and not coming.
You see, me, it's not even the blasting that pains me, their facial expression.
And one thing is, they have already defined the youth in a specific arena, making them feel useless. So as long as I have heard that I am useless, I'll never be useless.
Rise to the occasion.
So that is how it is that the church is failing the youth today. They have decided to go blind for the youth, not seeing any potential, not seeing anything, and forgetting that they can't be there forever. They will eventually go.
Or
and
die.
They have to hand over the baton to the next generation to take over. A time will come, the church will be shaking because there will be fear and panic in the heart of the old generation. They don't know who to hand over, who they think is capable of taking care of the church and the sheep. Let me use it, the church and the members or whoever. But they won't find anybody. Because how they defined us has made us drew away from that which we could have drawn
So
to.
it looks like they have this mentality about us. They've drawn a box and put us inside. And we too, because we've seen that, okay, they've categorized the youth like this. I am not going to make any effort to come out, Charlie. I am even going to add to the drawing that you have drawn. Expanding it. And it's really sad. It's really sad. And looking at the age we are in, I mean, there is a lot of technological advancement. Yeah. But it seems as if some of the churches or some of the older generation, they're not willing to embrace the youth and then the new technological advancement. Because let me give this example. Let's say we are in the church and you are a treasurer or financial secretary or something like that. And Joyce, because you are HR and a finance person, you are fresh from school, you have ideas. I mean, Excel and some. You come, you want to go and help out. Yeah, come. Charlie, the one that do they use calculator? They don't want the Excel.
Search it, and they can't find your name.
I mean, this one. So someone like this, if she comes to you that she wants to help with the knowledge she has acquired in school, and she wants to put this into practice, you can train her up. But I don't think the church is doing that. They are not training us. They are not building our capacity. We too, we have decided to relax.
You see, there are some people that whether the church trains them, they will do their own part and then still make true.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is that we all can't be that way.
We all can be
there
like
that. There are definitely people that the church would have to hold their hands and then pull them through.
Just a little push.
As you said, training, and sometimes just words of encouragement.
Just that.
You see, you don't see somebody has come to lead opening prayer. It didn't go well. But what words would you speak to the person? Would you speak discouraging words? Or you speak words that will let the person go inside the room and prepare well for the start? Would you say something that will let the person be like, okay, so it means I can do it more? Or would you say something that would discourage the person and the person wouldn't even show up at church at all?
Yeah.
So I think that another area where the church is lacking in bringing us up is taking hold of our hands, taking us through training, making sure that they imbibe in us certain values. It's not only from the biblical point, but the social points as well. Petty trainings that will be essential to our growth. As you said, somebody has come probably from a campus ministry. The vibe is there. But you see, the home church is a bit different from campus ministry.
That's true.
But the church should be able to blend. It should be able to blend so
up.
that okay, now you said you are a finance person. You have this Excel sheet, yes. For this reason, we can't use Excel in this area. But this one, try it on these ones and let's see. So with that, the person can see that, okay, my idea has been accepted, even though it is not fully being used. It's being accepted. But you see, you get somebody who is a church leader who condemn this person.
Of course.
Who would discourage this person.
Of course.
And then next time, this person won't come.
At all.
Won't come again.
And you see okay, so, and you see, the sad thing is, let's say I have come to you, just as you said, let's use a scenario, and I was turned away. It won't end with me. I would definitely talk about it with Julie, talk about it with you, talk about it with
a lot of people.
With a lot of people, even if not a lot of people, talk about it with only 4 people. They will, one day, Julie say or Kwakoye say, and then they didn't accept.
So you see, the thing is, the rest of them won't even try.
At all.
That's the thing. They won't even try.
But the youth of today, for you to get us, you need to involve us, most especially with things that has to do with technology.
Yeah.
If you put a lot of investment in technology, you accept our ideas, fine tune it with yours, and bring up something that will involve the youth to. I mean, I'm sure the church will reap the benefits in dozen folds, but every day, calculator, calculator, you, yeah. But the conversation has finished. I am.
But you see, in as much as I want us to go back a bit to how we have also
Failed it.
failed.
Okay.
There are equally some churches
That
that
allow.
have given the opportunities. In fact, the church has opened their arms wide for us the youth to come. But the thing is that most of us, we are not willing. Most
There's
of us,
that.
we are not willing. We haven't made up our minds to take up those roles. We have fantastic ideas, we have brilliant ideas, but to bring it in church, no. Because we think that the church wouldn't pay us, quote and unquote.
Oh, okay.
The church wouldn't pay us.
Okay.
So even if it's instrument that he or she can play, there's something called shabu.
Yeah.
That one, the pocket will be full. Thank you. But as for church, no. Because how much are you going to give me? So you see, our concentration should be that we are doing this to please God. We are doing this to serve God. If we are going to compare this to our secular activities, then we'll always get it wrong. Because sometimes you do something for God and then you will not get anybody to applaud you.
Yeah.
You do the same thing outside church and then people will give you a standing ovation. But in church, because it's unto God, whether you get an approval or applause, that shouldn't be your case. But the thing is that you should do it as you are doing it unto God. So the youth of today, we have a lot of things we can do. We have a lot of things we can do for God. Let us do it. Let us come out of our own selves and do it. So that at the end of the day, God will bless us. If we are going to look at what people are going to say, the applause people are going to give to us, then we'll be disappointed. But if we are going to focus on God, the God factor, and do it out of our hearts, I tell you, we'll reap.
I think sometimes our refusal to not do anything in the church also has to do with the fact that we don't have the capacity. Yes, in the sense that, like Joyce is saying, there are some churches that, they've opened their arms wide open to involve the youth in their activities and all of that. But the youth doesn't have the capacity. I don't want to say technical know-how because we are not doing social studies, but I mean, like we are saying, the church wants already made. Yeah. So you are in the house, let's say you are not in school, you are not part of AGCM, so you are not being groomed that way, but you are in the house. What are you doing to build yourself up in the house? Yeah. Do you get it? If, let's say, you've built yourself up to a certain level, it will be very easy for them to, Julie, let's say they call you to come and lead opening prayer. Why would they call you? Because they feel that, okay, Julie has the capacity or capability to lead opening prayer. For someone that maybe they don't see that our capacity, they are not going to call him or her. Do you get? So sometimes I think maybe, just maybe, they are waiting for us, the youth, to show our capability, to show just a tiny bit of that you are capable, we are capable, but we are not willing to learn. The youth, we are not ready to learn. We are not ready to pay the price. I mean, we are so not ready to do that.
I believe that with the capacity we have, but we don't know what we have. Because everybody, that is why I said God didn't create anybody else. We have the ability, we have the capacity, we have everything, but we don't know we have it. That is the issue. We don't know we have it. Because it will amaze you if somebody tells you that you can lead seminars, but you might not know you can lead seminars.
Yeah.
Sure.
but you don't know. But that person has seen that potential.
So what do you do with that knowledge that the person has told you you can lead seminars?
So that's why you build up on it.
So you see, sometimes the church might be busy with other stuff. So maybe they might not really be able to hold your hand and teach you or mentor you to do this or disciple you to do that. So you as an individual, what do?
You have to work on yourself. The fact that even if you were unable to go to school, you decide to learn
a trade.
The same thing is when you think that, oh, I don't know what I can do for God. You identify, you find it. You search. And maybe when you love music, let me try music. Maybe I love to talk. Let me try talking or So you try here, one hit of it. But we have decided not to. We are lazy. We are lazy with Christianity. We are not lazy with it.
But there should we try in the
secular aspect.
So you see, in the beginning we mentioned 3 parties, and then we said that these 3 need to come together. So now your parents have done their part. The church is doing its part. You as the individual, you have to do your part. So the part that you have to do is you build yourself. The church might not do as expected.
Yeah.
And then your parent at a point might be relaxed. But you, the individual, would have to do your part. Because Julie earlier mentioned, at the end of the day, if you succeed, you enjoy more.
Yeah.
Even though the other 2 parties are going to enjoy, you enjoy more. So whether you went to school, you didn't go to school, but with vocation you are in, it's onto you to build up yourself. Definitely there are some things you might know that, okay, this thing I can do it. Even if you don't know, sometimes you are fortunate enough to be told that I think you can do it. Build on that knowledge. Get to know. If it is books that you have to read them. If there are audios you need to listen to them. If it is just going to sit and watch somebody do it, just do that. So that at the end of the day, you can be a blessing to your parents, to yourself, and then most importantly to you.
Okay, Julie, last word.
I believe that is what Joyce has said. We have to work on ourselves. You see, one thing is that from the beginning, the parents, your father, your mother, the church can teach you about God, but you have to experience it yourself.
Yeah.
That is where we are lacking. We haven't experienced it, so we don't have that kind of zeal that comes with it. So as long as you have heard, you have to experience. And when we start experiencing God in our own way, nobody will tell you that you have to do something, because you come to a realization that you own God and water of your life. So I believe that in order for the church not to experience fear and panic in the future, we have to start it from now. It's never late. It's never late to start something, especially when it comes to your spiritual life. It's never late. So those of you watching us or who watch later, anytime, it's never late to start something. It's never late at all. You can do something and explore. God doesn't watch your age, doesn't watch anything. As long as he sees the readiness, he's ready to take you through.
All right, Jay.
Okay. We know that whatever you do at the end of the day, you are going to give account for it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure God is going to accept that excuse that my church didn't do this for me, my mother didn't do this for me, because he has given you every ability. He has given you what it takes. If you think you are still lacking, ask him. He will give you more. So don't be like that servant who went to hide the talent. Don't be like that servant who thought that my master is wicked and so let me hide the talent somewhere. When he comes, I'll give it to him as he gives me. No, God has kept in you some treasure. Take it, use it, and make it prudent. So that at the end of the day, when he comes, we will all be called good and faithful servants. Let's remember that we ought to be God conscious. People are going to discourage us along the way. Even the very people we think should hold up us up high are the very people who might discourage us. But no, don't let their words bring you down. Keep on doing it. If you are listening to us today and you have not really put yourself in any active role in church, we encourage you by this video that get yourself busy in doing God's work and you will never regret.
and you will never regret. I would like to end our discussion today by reading something from the Bible. Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 and 14. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. When we were discussing, we said we will benefit, our parents will benefit, the church will benefit. But this scripture makes us understand that people will see our light, will taste our saltiness, and give glory to our Father in heaven. So beloved, if you are a youth, if you are a Christian, wherever you are, in the church of God, or in the house of God, in the kingdom of God, in your various houses and towns and workplaces, let your light shine. Let people feel the saltiness of your life. I mean, there is so much in us, there is so much in you that you can put out. Where are the youth? We are here. Where are the youth? You are there. I mean, there is so much in you, there is so much potential. We believe in you, God believes in you. Don't let him down. Bye-bye. Hey, no, wait. Like, subscribe,
And share.
And share.
Bye-bye.